Welcome to Dr. Ambedkar Open University Psychology online classes. This is third semester social psychology. So, unit 2, we'll be talking about attributions. Attributions. Screen is distracting me. 1 second. Yeah. So, today's objectives. To understand the meaning of attribution, different theories of attribution. Then we'll also discuss about errors occur in attributions. So, think, why do people behave the way they do? How we how do we form judgments about others' intentions? Think. Sorry. To understand this, we have to know about attribution. Our thoughts and behaviors create attributions about others. So, what is attribution is all about? Fritz Heider, he is known as father of attribution. He has defined attribution is the process by which individuals explain the causes of behavior and events. Why this is happening? It can be internal and external. We'll discuss about them in coming slides. Srikanth, Srikanth, mute your audio.
Okay, sir.
I would really love to hear from you all, but distractions will really trouble us. Okay. So he said, attribution is the process by which individuals explain the causes of behavior and events. It helps people make sense of their social world by assigning reason to why things happen. ये क्यों हो रहा है, ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? This is what we assign it. మనం assign చేసుకుంటాం reasons. ఎందుకు ఇలా జరుగుతోంది అని. Right? Now, why it is important? Attribution. To understanding attribution provides insight into how individuals interpret behavior, form judgments, and interact with others. So, understanding attributions provide insight, deep knowledge about how individuals interpret behavior and judgments kaisa bana rahe, how they are forming judgments. So, and interact with others. If we misattribute, this misattribution can lead to misunderstandings and conflicts in social and professional settings. If we are not able to interpret properly, what will happen? It will create mayhem and problems in this society or the place where we are living or the social interaction where we continuously dwell in. So what is the key idea of learning it, or what is most important about attribution? Attribution is the foundational to understanding social cognition, how individual interacts, thinks, behaves socially, influences perceptions, relationships, and decision making. So let us look at an example so that you can understand what is attribution. So a teacher attributes students' poor performance. Look at this slide, image to your left and screen left. So lack of efforts. He may attribute that student doesn't study well. So lack of effort, that is internal or dispositional, saying that he is a lazy guy, he never leads or studies at all, versus external or situational factors like Poor guy may be having some family issues where parents are not, supportive, or maybe some other external issues where a poor family, XYZ, etc. So this is how you, assign attributes to the situations or individuals. Now coming to the what is the meaning of attribution and nature of attribution. First, let us understand a simplest way of attribution. Again, I'm going to define it here. Many times I'm going to present attribution in different ways so that you will understand it clearly. Attribution is the process of explaining the causes of behavior, both our own and others. Mana process of explaining the causes of behavior. Reasons ఏంటి, ఏం జరుగుతోంది, వాట్ ఈస్ హ్యాపెనింగ్, క్యూ హో రहा है ऐसा, ఇన్ ది బిహేవియర్, అవర్ ఓన్ బిహేవియర్ అండ్ ది అదర్స్ బిహేవియర్, వాళ్ళ బిహేవియర్ లో కూడా ఎందుకు ఇలా జరుగుతుంది అన్నది అట్రిబ్యూషన్. సో యాజ్ Fritz Heider in 1958 told, internal attribution. What is internal attribution? Behavior is attributed to personality traits or personal traits or abilities or feelings. Shayad, as I told the student, let us go back to the previous example, saying that this guy never reads, studies, lazy, so he doesn't secure any marks. That is internal attribution or personality traits he is referring to. Example, let us look at example saying that she is late because she is careless. So external attribution, behavior is attributed to external circumstances or environments. What is that? He is late because of heavy traffic. Because a lecturer or the person who is asking you or questioning you may also feel that yes, traffic is heavy, so this guy is late. So he attributes is late to the traffic. That is situational or external. So it depends upon the individual whose knowledge or interpretation levels are varying from person to person, situation to situation, and his experiences. So what is the key point here? What I want to mention here is that internal attributions focus on the individuals, and while external attributions emphasize situational factors. Now let us same example in different ways I'm quoting. So imagine a student performing poorly in the examination. Internal attribution is that they did not study well. External, the exam was unfairly difficult. చెప్తూ ఉంటాం కదా మనం, we'll be telling, no, if you secure marks, you'll say that yeah, my acha likha, I have studied well and I secured good marks. If you did not perform it well, you will say that अरे exam जो भी क्वेश्चन पेपर सेट करा, he was not at all good. घर में कुछ लड़कर आया इसीलिए ऐसा पेपर सेट कर दिया. This is what you're going to attribute to the paper, the person who prepared that paper. So Haider in 1958, he believed that people are very naive psychologists trying to make sense of the social world. People tend to use cause and effect relationship even when there is none. There is nothing happening there, but people try to relate cause and effect to the situation. So a simple flow chart which I've given here, I'll tell you why I gave you, and how based on our experiences, beliefs, thoughts, everything, we create our attitudes and our behavior is formed from that. Attribution helps nature. This is nature of attribution. Attribution helps us. Yeah. Attribution helps us to form attitude formation and decision making and social judgments. So explaining behavior, why did this happen? Predicting, will it happen again? Influencing interpersonal dynamics. How do we view others? right? So attribution is dynamic in nature. What does dynamic in nature mean? Anyway, let me tell you. Dynamic means it keeps on changing, it changes based on the situation, experience, and there are other many uh, factors which can influence your attribution and attitude. It keeps on changing, right? Real life attribution process can vary by context, culture, individual differences, etc. Individual differences also make a lot of change in attributions from time to time. Similarly, culture and the situation context. Real life connection. So in cross-cultural interactions, Western culture may favor internal attribution. They stress more on internal rather than external. They say everything is because of my doing, this has happened. So they think about themselves, not about others and surrounding. Always say that first me, then others. Eastern cultures like Asian people, like us, South India mostly, we always go along with the culture, people, external. वो क्या सोचेगा मेरे बारे में, వాళ్ళు ఏమనుకుంటారు నా గురించి. All these things come into the existence when you think about yourself and others. So let us go with an example. See, all culture, faith, education, experience, and mentors. Mentors means people who support you to develop such a habit or a skill or whatever it is. So you have mentors in various life stages. So our beliefs, all things form us, create some values. These values are our values, what we got from our culture, faith, education, experience, and mentors, or our experience. Then these values in turn create our attitude. Attitude towards teachers, attitude towards your parents, how you deal with your friend, sibling, all these things are from your previous experiences. These attitudes create our behavior. That is past and future activity. Behavior is nothing but past and future activity. So, will this end here? No. As I said, it is dynamic. Why I said dynamic? These behaviors again create, change our beliefs. New experiences create new values, new attitudes, and new behavior. This is dynamic, continuously changing. Now let us dive into the theories of attribution. What are the theories of attribution? Johnson Davis, they created correspondent inference theory in 1965. What does it say? The principle says people make inferences. Inferences means guessing, rough estimate. Okay. People make inferences about others' intentions and traits based on the observed behavior. Whatever you are looking at, you create an inference saying that he may be like this. This may be happening because of this. You create inferences. You're not sure about it because you don't know their thought process and their experiences. So that is what you create inferences. So what is the key point to of this particular correspondent inference theory? Freely chosen behavior suggests intent. It has choice, that is choosing a voluntary implies altruism. Suppose you have seen your classroom is dirty. You come into the classroom, immediately you think that Arey, let me clean this classroom. This is shabby and many of my friends are coming here and it won't be hygiene sitting in such a classroom. So immediately you start cleaning without anybody's command or request or whatever it is. You do it by yourself. That indicates altruistic personality or trait. People, whoever sees you, they say he is very good or she is very good. She does things which helps others. Similarly, expectedness. See, unexpected actions reveal personality. Being kind in stressful situation. In similar choice, I can give one more example. As you all know about Mother Teresa and her work, she has chosen that field. I mean, helping humanity or humankind because she wanted to do that. Nobody has forced us to do that, her to do that. So you definitely tell that she is altruistic. Similarly, nobody knows that you are in a very difficult situation. Your friend comes to you and helps you come out of that particular situation. You never expected that. Unexpected action reveals the personality. So your friend might have already thought that you are arrogant and not good at all, but when she or he comes to you and helps you to come out of such stressful situation, you'll definitely assign good qualities to your friend. You'll say that he or she is very good, excellent friend. So affect, how it is affecting you, whether it is giving you any benefit, or whether it is giving any meaningful cause. Behavior with unique outcomes are more informative. For example, um, I have taken all latest examples so that you can easily relate to the day-to-day life examples. I mean scenarios. So uh, when you're quitting a high-paying job for a meaningful cause, you have seen something very bad happening in the office or a place where you're working, and you want to help others by revealing that corruption or whatever is happening without even caring for your job. That is, you have left that job for a meaningful cause so that others are helped, and you will complain this to the higher authorities, bringing such thing to your higher ups, so that the next the people below you or above you are going to be benefited, eliminating such corruption. So similarly, let us say, take an example. A person shares a controversial opinion on social media, knowing it might attract criticism. The bold movies often makes others think that they have strong beliefs. For example, you know that something is going to, this particular candidate in your area is not at all good. He's a criminal, and everybody the wave is moving towards that particular candidate. Immediately, you feel that it is your moral responsibility to educate people around you, and you post that message in all your WhatsApp group without looking for the consequences. You want to educate them, and for a greater cause or good cause, you want to help your society, so you have taken that drastic step. So everybody says that, wow, she is very courageous, or he is very courageous. Without looking for the consequences, he immediately taken this action. So next, let us look one more thing. It was also correspondent inference theory. It says it was proposed by Edward Jones and Davis, as I already told you, and this is according to your textbook. So suggests that people infer others' dispositions based on their behavior. Dispositions are internal attributions which we give. The key idea: people's action often reflect their intentions and personality traits. And attributions depends on various factors like degree of choice, then social desirability, and non-common effect, that is unexpectedness. Right? Let us explain them again with elaboration. Degree of choice, as I told you, is that Mother Teresa has chosen to help poor people. Degree of choice. Freely chosen behavior is more likely to attribute personal disposition. Choosing a research course out of interest versus requirement. So पैसे के लिए कुछ भी कर लूं? No, I want to do this because it really helps this society. సొసైటీకి హెల్ప్ చేయడం కోసం నేను ఈ రీసెర్చ్ చేస్తాను, ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్ తీసుకుంటాను. మనీ ఏముంది? యూ కెన్ ఎర్న్ లేటర్ ఆన్. దిస్ షోస్ డిగ్రీ ఆఫ్ చాయిస్, ఇంట్రెస్ట్. Social desirability, expected behavior due to this social role is less indicative of personality. Example, you know that you are going to a party, you can't go on blazers, completely formal dressing. According to norms of that party, you have to go in particular dressing style. You have to go with the flow, otherwise you will be looked as a weird person. Similarly, wearing a blazer at a work versus wearing a normal informal dress or maybe casual dress on the train is socially desirable. Similarly, non-common effect. Non-common effect is what? Choosing low paying, once again, when behavior has unique consequences, it is easier to attribute disposition. Choosing a low paying hometown job versus high paying distance job. So you may think that low paying job, and I'll be living at my home place with my parents, so that makes you happy and your parents happy, so you chose low payment or paying hometown job instead of going for a high payment distant job. So examples, so many examples I gave you. This is one more example: whistleblower in the risking their job, exposing corruption, all these things. Choice voluntarily, action suggested courage, unexpectedness, uncommon in corporate settings, effect sacrificing personal benefits for the greater good. So what is the key takeaway from this theory? This theory highlights how we link actions to personality traits. So he has given more importance to the greater good than his personal good. Now coming to Kelly's covariation model, 1973 covariation model. 1973, what is the principal states? It states that attribution depends upon how behavior covaries with different factors. It has three dimensions. Here I've given in a flow chart: covariation, consensus, consistency, and distinctiveness. I'll explain one by one. So
Sir,
that
sir, we
hello,
can't see flow chart, sir.
sorry,
There is no screen, sir. We can't see any flow chart.
yeah. That is the reason I kept it here, 3 dimensions. It is very clear. I'll explain you once again, right?
Yes. Okay, sir.
Yeah, this one, consensus. Okay, I'm telling you, do others behave similarly? Consensus, do others behave similarly? That is what it is given here. And how do other people behave? So let us check with a simple explanation and example, so that you don't need to look at this flow chart. Okay, so high consensus, behavior influenced by situation, that is external. Behavior influenced by situation, external. So everyone at the meeting was yawning, avalistunar andaru. So the presentation might have been boring antunar. Okay, so everyone at the meeting was yawning, so the presentation might have been boring. So this is the high consensus. Everybody is behaving the same way, right? So whether it is consistent, stable cause, that is internal. He always yawns during meetings. he might have sleep issues. What is that? Consistency here. So he always yawns in every meeting. That means he has sleep issues. That is dispositional, internal attribution. Distinctiveness is the behavior unit to this situation. Situational attribution. We are trying to assess. Situational means how. He only answers during this manager's presentation. Right. Now coming to this flow chart. I have given consensus, consistency, and distinctiveness. Similarly, covariation theory states that how do other people behave? Consensus high, most people behave like this, అందరూ ఇలాగే బిహేవ్ చేస్తారు, right? Low consensus means not many people behave like this. I can't enlarge it and show it to you. Maybe I think this is enough. Let me go ahead with this. Okay, now let us take an example of X. Does X usually behaves like this? Consistency. Usually means consistency, regular గా. हर वक्त ऐसे ही करता है क्या? ప్రతిసారి ఇలాగే చేస్తున్నాడా? So consistency. Consistency, he always, nearly always behaves like this. ప్రతిసారి ఇలాగే చేస్తాడు. हर वक्त ऐसा ही करेगा. Low, कभी कभी करेगा, नहीं तो करेगा ही नहीं. Never does this. Is X behaves this situation different from X's behavior in other situations? Distinctiveness ఈ సిచ్యువేషన్స్ కి దీంతో కంపేర్ చేసినప్పుడు ఇంకో సిచ్యువేషన్ లో ఇలాగే ఉందా, డిఫరెంట్ గా ఉందా? వెదర్ ఈస్ బిహేవింగ్ సిమిలర్ ఇన్ ది సేమ్ సిచ్యువేషన్ అండ్ సిమిలర్ అదర్ సిచ్యువేషన్స్ ఆల్సో. దిస్ ఇస్ వాట్ attribution theory given by Kelly. We'll check with an example so that you may understand it. A student frequently submits late assignments. Low consensus. Other students submit on time. High consistency. Same student is always late. Consistency, always late. Same student. Consensus means not everybody is submitting on late. Only one student is submitting late. That is consensus. Consistency, same student, always late. Distinctiveness, the student is also late for classes or meetings or whatever it is. So he is distinctively identified as the latecomer. So attribution is that what can you attribute to that particular student? Likely due to personality or dispositional or internal, poor time management. Lavanya, is it clear?
Sir, we can't see your screen, sir.
You're not able to see?
Screen, sir.
Slide you are not able to see?
Yes, sir.
1 second.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now are you able to see?
No, sir.
Second, screen sharing is troubling. 1 second. So consensus is what what was the screen? Yeah, this one. Yeah. Now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Got, sir.
Okay. So it is dimensional theory. One is consensus, the other one is consistency and distinctiveness. So I've given one example. I'll show it to you again. You heard it. Anyway, see, a student, I was talking about a small anecdote where a student submits assignments very late, regularly. What is the consensus? Are all the students submitting it late? No, that is consensus. Then high consistency, same student is always late. Yes, he is always late. Low distinctiveness, student is always late for all the things. Attribution, like likely due to the personality traits. So what are the errors can occur in attributions? Fundamental attribution error is given by Johnson Harris in 1967. So overestimating personality factors, underestimating situational influences when explaining others' behavior. So when you want to explain something about yourself, you will overestimate personality factors and underestimating situational influences. Uh, for example, blaming somebody lost a job and is not having a job, so you will blame because of his personality traits and poor poverty and his laziness, he lost that job or he did not find any job, rather than assessing the surroundings or the situations where the recession has come and so many jobs have been laid out. Instead of attributing it to the external, you are going to attribute it to the internal or dispositional. So they said, this is the what do you call a statement given by Jones and Harris in 1967, blaming poverty on laziness rather than the systemic failure. Real life applications, this bias often influences public policies, such as underestimating structural barriers in unemployment, leading to policies that focus on individuals' responsibility rather than systemic changes. In social justice also, it may result in unfair stereotype about marginalized communities, ignoring institutional discrimination. This statement was given by Forbes and Farham and Frey in 1990, saying that while framing budgetary all these things, they show so much, but they on the reality and ground they doesn't actually give so many allocations to that particular segment of people or society, saying that ye log aise rahenge, they will never change. So what are the other biases? Actor observer bias. It is given by Harry et al. 2004. Harry et al. The discrepancy between how we explain our behavior, situational versus others, that is dispositional. Attributing others' actions to internal causes, but our own to external causes. There is an example here. Hope you can see it. It is a little clear. I'll give different example and try to make you understand. Suppose you are here for practical exams, practical sessions. I ask you, why are you late? And you say that because of traffic. I was late because of traffic. And if I ask the same question, why he is late? You may say that because they are disorganized. That is the reason they are not coming to the class on time. Sir, kya karu? Time plo raar wallu. That is what you attributing yourself, to quite opposite to the attributing others' actions. So I was late because of the traffic versus they were late because they were disorganized. Similarly, in a corporate settings, actor is the person who is going through that. For example, if I am driving, driving in a similar pace around 80 kilometers, 60 to 80 kilometers. I'm driving. There is a person who is going, little slow in front of me. I may say that, saying that, "Kya hai, this guy doesn't know how to drive. He's going lazy guy, don't drive properly." And the next person who, simply, overtakes me with 120 speed, I say, "Reckless driver. What the hell he is doing? He can't even drive properly. रोड पे है कि हवा पे चल रहा है." This is what, actor observer bias occurs. I take, my actions differently, others actions, you can say dispositional, others actions as dispositional, mine as situational or actional actions. So these things, key insight here is that, highlighting how perspective influences attribution. Real life application, workplace conflicts can be, if you properly assess these things, you can easily overcome such problems in workplace, not just workplace, everywhere. So what is this self-serving attributional bias? It is given by so many psychologists or sociologists, um, Carver and Gallis and Mulan, 1988. They gave, attributing success to internal factors, and failure to external. Especially such things can be seen in sports. अरे मैं तो अच्छा खेला, I played well, that is the reason we won. Otherwise मैं तो अच्छा खेला, टीम तो खराब कर दिया. Team spoiled the complete game. So I aced the test because I'm smart. Test अच्छा था because मैं अच्छा पढ़ा. So I completed it. I failed because teacher was unfair. So success is me, failure is them. Success anta nade, failure వాళ్ళది. So real life applications, sports performance explanations, and educational settings also, you can foster the mindset of the students. Tell them, mitigate the biases by educating students properly. Similarly, coaches can use this. Sportsmen come out of such biases with the help of sports coaches. Similarly, false consensus effect. False consensus effect, what is it? Overestimating the degree to which others share our beliefs and behaviors. Frisk and Taylor said in about this, overestimating the degree to which others share our beliefs and behaviors. For example, believing everyone prefers the same political party candidate as you do. మీరు ఏ విధంగా మీరు ఎవరిని అనుకుంటున్నారో అలాగే సెకండ్ పొలిటికల్ పార్టీకి ఓటు వేస్తారనుకోవచ్చు. అలా అని వేసి యూ మే గెట్ get confused and you vote for somebody else. Believing everyone prefers the same political party or candidate as you do. And this was given by Zuckerman and Mann in 1982. This key, what is the most important point in this key insight in this false consensus by this thing? This bias can lead to misjudging social norms and group dynamics. When you go into some group, you see that there is a similar guy in your known person in that particular group. You feel that everyone in this group is same as the person whom you know, and you may commit mistake over there, thinking that they are also similar mentality people. So it is very such consensus can create problem in misjudging social norms and group dynamics. So useful in marketing and political campaigns, understanding audiences perspective. There is one more attribution explaining how interprets behavior, internal and external causes. What are the key points of this particular topic is that attribution explains how we interpret behavior, that is dispositional or situational, internal or external. Important theories are Johnson, Davis, and Kelly's theory. Offers framework of understanding attributions, that is correspondent interference, inference, and covariation model. Covariation is nothing but you already have some information. Based that information, you relate yourself to the other things based on your experiences. Bias, fundamental attribution bias. This is, it is difficult for you to see. I've given entire attribution theory in this mind map. Attribution theory, biases, all these things, these things we just discussed. Fundamental attribution error, actor observer error, all these things are there. Now, in real life applications, so misattributions can lead to conflicts. Family law, you might have seen a lot of arguments going on in front of their children, assuming that partner's irritability is due to the personality rather than stress. ऑफिस में जाके बहुत स्ट्रेस से आता है, एंड वाइफ थिंक्स दैट his personality is like that because they never spent quality of time between among them, so there is no quality of time, so they are always busy with the phone or something else or relatives. So once the relationship ages, automatically disturbances arise. It is better they understand properly. As a psychologist or counselors, once you grow and become counselors and psychologists, these things you have to keep in mind while assessing your subjects. At the same time, workplace attribution error can impact the performance evaluations and teamwork. You have a positive attitude towards a particular employee and somewhat biased about some other employee, you definitely give performance evaluations to more to the person who you positively respond. The other biased person, you may give lesser evaluation marks to that person. So these things can lead to organizational disputes. Similarly, legal system, if you won't be fighting yourself in the court, so when judge have a positive attitude towards a particular attorney or a lawyer or whoever it is, he shows keen interest in that particular argument rather than the individual. But if the individual is not good, his traits are not properly presented or displayed to the judging authority, automatically his judgments can bias or overemphasizing personal responsibility. So practical practical strategies to reduce such errors. First, you have to give a thought. I am saying this, I am wondering, I am noticing, I am feeling. So empathetic perspective should be there for handling such things. Encouraging empathy to understand situational factors. Engaging a perspective taking exercise. Perspective taking exercise means put your there is English saying that put yourself into other shoes. వాళ్ళ perspective లో ఆలోచించమని చెప్పడం. So such as imagining oneself in other person's role, appreciating their challenges and etc. So gathering more information about such individual, asking clarifying questions when colleagues misses a deadline instead of assuming laziness. That is what gathering more information about such situations. Why happened? What is the reason? Something like that. Practicing mindfulness to reduce bias. Practice karo. Meditation. Taking a break from work a day or two or a week or in 6 months. A brief mindful exercises like focusing on the present moment and reframing the negative thoughts can help mitigate snap judgments. Immediate judgments ke bina, if you make immediate judgments, definitely they're going to put you into troubles. Give a thought, give time so that people can, you can judge people rightly. So in conclusion, attribution helps explain human behavior. Recognizing bias improves relationships and decision making. Awareness fosters better societal judgments. Apply these insights to improve personal and professional relationships. Go to a greater horizon if you do proper attribution to your thoughts and feelings. These are the important questions which are right there behind your unit. Go through them, very important. Then before reading the unit, I would suggest you to read the glossary, then jump into the topics. So that is it. Are there any questions you want to ask? Or shall we go with the other topic? So you wanted to see this, Lavanya?
Sir?
You want to see the screen? Yeah, this
Yes,
one.
sir. Yes, sir.
Are you able to see this now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
And yeah, this one too. This is, situational and dispositional. This is how we create values. Culture, faith, education, experiences, mentors. Our beliefs are nothing but thoughts and whatever we feel like, those are beliefs. Values, feelings, and emotions. Attitudes, overall evaluation, and past and future activities, behavior. There is one more I designed, but I thought that one is more relevant to this. These are all continuously changing, dynamic, as I said. This I gave you. So, are there anything? Acha, this one. Able to see?
Yes, sir.
Attribution theories. So, that is it. And next, tomorrow we are going to talk about impression formation and impression management. So that is it for the day. Thank you all. Hope you enjoyed the topic.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
See you then. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir. Same to you, sir.